Right here? Thank you. Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon and welcome to the channel. You have entered another episode of Intuitive Kitty Korner where Kitty picks the cards and then I read what the energy is of the things that she selected. So normally I try to work with her on when we do this. However, today she was like adamant about like now's the time to do it. So she was meowing at me quite a bit, which is very different from the normal way we do things around here. So that being said, I'm gonna pull the first 3 cards that came out. So we did the Angels and Ancestors deck, and we've got these 3. So we have Earth Guardian, Stay Rooted and Grounded, and then we have Peacekeeper, Let Go of the Need to Be Right, and then Spring, See Your Seeds Grow. So I'm actually going to read from these a little bit because it feels like there's a little bit of a deeper message that wants to come through regarding these cards, because the tarot that came through today is, I can already tell it's going to be just very interesting energy of what we've got going on. So that being said, let's start with the first card here, the Earth Guardian. So the Earth Guardian, the message here is to take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. It's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you are rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth that you deserve. Take time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax, and connect with your center. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than to turn into a weed that you have to deal with, which is very interesting because here it does say, see your seeds grow. Now, what this is giving me, again, before we go further, is winter and how things are dormant during winter. But a lot of seeds actually get planted during winter, even when it's cold. And those seeds lie dormant in the winter months. And then the first sign of thaw and spring, they start to blossom, and that's when you can see the seeds grow. So there's something at this time that is in a dark void space for you, and you're being called right now to embrace that time in your life, because you're not going to see growth yet, and if you do see growth, they're saying that if it happens too fast it might turn into a weed. And so to take things slow right now and to make sure that you have strong roots in the ground so that you can make sure that what is growing is what you want to grow. Okay, so the next card is the Peacekeeper, and this is let go of the need to be right. Choose peace and happiness over the need to be right. Rather than trying to prove a point, save your energy for what's important. You may be feeling on edge due to a stressful situation. There's a warrior within you that wants to rise up, prove your point, and get the truth across. But you're being reminded by ancestor wisdom that truth will always be revealed in the end. It's more important at this time to avoid arguments or heated discussions where you know you'll be fighting a losing battle. There is much more power in choosing to move forward from a higher perspective. This will allow you to connect deeply to the guidance within and the intuition that will lead you towards the healing of the whole situation, along with any wounds it may have inflicted on you. Choose peace. You know that it's calling you. All right. So what this is giving me here is you may have some people in your life that are trying to instigate a response out of you. And they do it as like a tactic. Like they know how to bait you into something. Maybe there's a particular topic that you avoid because it can be a trigger point, you know, within you or your family or whatever. Like maybe at family gatherings, you avoid religious conversations or political conversations. Those are the big two in my family. It's just known that, hey, since we can't all get along, we're just going to avoid them altogether. I don't necessarily agree with how that's being handled. However, I just show up and I enjoy myself and go home at the end of the day. Like, I'm not trying to trigger anyone. I'm not trying to incite or elicit a response. But there are people out there that are. And so this is why you're being called right now to keep the peace, okay? There are people trying to, I'm getting like nag at you, trying to purposefully elicit a response out of you at this time. And Spirit's calling you to just chill, okay? Because whatever the truth is will be revealed at the end. You may even have some people that are doing like they call them like a smear campaign, where in some instances your name is being like muddied or dirtied. You know, someone's dragging your name through the mud. And with that, you may be called to speak up and be like, that's not what really happened, and I know the truth. The thing is most people do already know the truth because of your integrity and because of your way of moving about. Okay, people are more likely to trust you than this person who's smearing your name. All right. So anyways, the main message there, keep the peace. All right. Let go of the need to be right. And I don't know if you can hear the cat, but she's singing the song over people down there. All right, let's move into the spring card. So this is see your seeds grow. Embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become reality. You are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations, and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand, and create in a way that you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth. And if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future position of a spread, which we do have it here, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming spring will usher in important changes with regards to your question or intentions. Okay, so all of that is true for you here. We do have spring as our next season, where I am, which is in America, because we are in winter. And it's in the future position, which means that if you can manage this, okay, embracing that dark, fertile void, planting your roots deep, avoiding confrontation, and it's not that you're avoiding triggers, because I'm definitely not advocating for you avoiding triggers. I feel that the triggers are there for a reason and that we need to look at them and assess them and heal from whatever is triggering us. However, if someone is purposefully trying to instigate something from you, you do not have to elicit the response. Okay? That's where this dark, fertile void is coming in. You can take your triggers and heal in silence with them. Okay? And then when you go to deal with these individuals who either know your triggers or purposefully try to elicit the response out of you, and you just show up as this peacekeeper, they're going to be like blown away. I just heard flabbergasted. Like, they're not going to know what to do. They're going to be like, oh, well, that tactic used to always work on you. Why aren't you getting upset and mad and yelling at me right now? How come you're not fighting with me? Because some people have this very strong belief that attention is attention, good or bad, right? They don't care if you're coming at them with nice words or if you're yelling at them. It's attention still. So if you can handle planting your roots deep through the darkness, keeping the peace in situations that don't need your response, then you will see major, major growth in the springtime. Okay, which is the near future. So again, within the next couple of months. It's like you're planting the seeds for this growth for the next couple of months. All right, now let's get into the interesting tarot cards, because we got some uprights and we got some reversals, and we're just going to see what we have going on here. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups, we have the Page of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Strength card, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Empress in reverse. So, a lot of interesting energy going on here. And I find it the most interesting here that we have the Five of Wands underneath the Peacekeeper, because that very much does signify you not fighting that battle. Okay? People are going to want to fight with you. Maybe these are people you have fought with in the past. I'm even getting like rivalry, brotherly, sisterly rivalry. Maybe you have had relatives that just enjoy fighting with people, right? As a character goes, we have a Page here in reverse, and we have an Empress here in reverse. We do also have a Queen of Swords in the upright. What I'm getting here is, this is you. Whether you're feminine or masculine, that does not matter, okay? We have you here cutting off anything that doesn't serve you. We have you here walking away from what doesn't serve you. If it doesn't balance your energy and it doesn't reciprocate what you're giving out, you're perfectly happy saying no to it. And what I'm getting anyways, that you've already understood this, okay? We have a Page of Cups in reverse, which is typically like a message of love, of lightheartedness, you know, that kind of thing. However, it's in reverse, which typically means like either it's gonna act that way up front and then turn into a fight. It's almost like what this is giving me is here's the message that's gonna seem harmless at first. It's like this Empress in reverse, and again, this very much could be a feminine energy, likely a matriarchal energy, does not have to be, but that's just what this is giving off here. Someone not using their powers for good, all right? The opposite of nurturing and loving, not that. It's like the cup is empty here. There's something missing, all right? And you've likely known this about this person. It's like they want to send you this message that might start seeming like a, hey, how have you been kind of thing. And then it shortly after turns into this fight, okay? It's like they try to bait you with one thing and then do the bait and switch, and then it turns into a fight almost immediately. And I am very strongly getting, for those of you who this message is for, you already know who this individual is. And maybe this is more than one individual. So, what else do we have here? We have an Eight of Pentacles. We have the Strength card. This is you working hard on yourself, working hard towards something in your own life. This is you minding your own business. Like if this is a coworker, because I'm getting that it could be, right? You're showing up at work, you're just doing your work. You're like, I just want to show up and do my work. I don't want to be hated on for no reason. And these people, or this individual, sees your strength. They even admire that strength. but they also, I'm going to say it, despise it. Because they lack that. As terrible as that is. Okay? And I hate having to do these kind of readings. But Spirit wants to remind you of the spring and what's coming in the spring. You have beautiful things coming if you can get through this period. It almost feels like this is like the final test of whatever this is. Can you get through this? And if you can, you have beautiful things waiting for you on the other side. You have new beginnings. You have love that's going to pour in like never before. You have material wealth that's also starting to show up for you. And again, I'm getting that these people can see that. And they want it. But they didn't do anything to earn it. And so they don't understand why you're getting it and not them. And so they're trying to like bring you down and bring you to their level. But you just stay strong in this Queen of Swords energy and this strength, and only accept energy that is reciprocated to you. That is how you're going to stay in this energy and to get what it is that you know you deserve. Okay? These people have nothing on you. They're not going to be able to touch you, especially if you're cutting them off. You don't have to use your weapons for bad. I'm getting that the weapon is more a boundary. Like if you look at this, and if you look at this, it's individuals behind their weapon. They're not fighting. They're defending. It's almost like it's teaching people you cannot cross this line. If I have to use this weapon, I will. But I don't want to have to use this weapon. That is what this energy is giving me. And so you have all of it within yourself to withstand this and to move beyond this. The only two major arcana on the table is Strength in the upright and the Empress in the reverse. All these other cards are things you can do about the situation. And it's like, here's your roadmap. I don't think anything more needs to be said on that. So let's keep going. I'm actually going to get into this deck here and take a look and see if we can get any more information about this Empress in reverse. For those of you who don't know who this individual is, we're going to see if we can get the answer for you. All right. Tell me more about this Empress in reverse. What does collective need to know? Tell me more, please, about this Empress in reverse. Too busy winning. Okay. I'm getting that with you with the Eight of Pentacles. I'm getting that this is a feeble attempt to get back into your energy, and you probably likely have already cut this person off, which means you've already discovered who they are. And if you haven't, then Spirit's already taken that. Overcoming obstacles, get back on your feet, gain strength from difficult situations. Yeah, this person put you through a lot. This person has been putting you through a lot. And I'm even hearing that, again, if it's a family member, it's been your whole life. It's like you finally saw something. Something became very evident to you as to who this was, maybe why they were doing it, maybe they were jealous. But you were unbothered by it. And that made them angry and made them want to kind of bait you back in again. There she goes again. I also just heard that this individual might be feigning injury, like crying for help, saying something's wrong when there's not, and that might be a way that they try to reach out here, try to tug on your heartstrings. Okay, what else? What else? Anything else for collective? Okay, a whole bunch fell on the floor there. Alright, so what fell on the floor was born to stand out. You don't fit in. Stand in your own power and be proud of your individuality. Again, that's what they already saw in you, okay? Now, these all were in the reverse. We do have Boss Daddy, which is now kind of like more Emperor energy. We have Wasting Time, Stuck, No Change, Limited. And we have Jackpot, Winning Money, and then Just Be. Allow yourself to just be. So this is someone who couldn't leave something alone. They are no longer allowed to waste your time. They may have wasted your time in the past and didn't allow you to just be yourself. Maybe they told you repeatedly not to be that way. Maybe tried to convince you should be some other way. In whatever path they have chosen for themselves, they are not winning. They are not getting anything. And in fact, they may have tried to take from you, and Spirit's not allowing that anymore. I am getting someone more in their masculine energy here. They're low vibrational masculine energy. So whether, again, this is now a Empress in reverse and an Emperor in reverse. This could have been a couple. This could have been one person who may embody both the masculine and the feminine. But guess what? The card that was at the bottom of the deck here is hustling, making it rain, focused, money, getting it. This is you, collective. You are so unbothered by all these tactics that these people or this person, it's hard to tell if it's a group. It might be, that have just been doing the most. But like, again, I keep hearing these attempts have been feeble attempts. Whatever it is that they've tried to do to you have not gotten anywhere. It's like it's giving me the off-brand of something where it's not as good as the original, and maybe they tried like a spell or something like that to get something from you, and they went to the dollar store for the spell and found out that it didn't work out the way it should have, you know. So there's just a lot of ick coming out in this. And there's not much more here. Let's get into this deck here now. All right, the tea leaf. We're gonna see if we can get any more information. Anything else that the collective needs to know about this situation? Anything else that they need to know? What else? Thank you. We have pin, new job or career. Kangaroo. Unsettled times, need to plan ahead. And box, you will receive a gift. Okay, these are all things that this individual did not want to see. I do have family matters at the bottom, so again, we did mention it could be family. Control your anger or you will be sorry. We definitely talked about that with the fighting. Okay, that's where we're not engaging in whatever these people are trying to get out of you. Okay, it does say you'll be sorry, and that's from a movie. I don't know what movie that's from. Anything else? Anything else the collective needs to know? I'm also getting that these people with the family matters may try to be all up in your business, to ask you about what's going on in your family, and maybe you're being a little more private. You're not posting on social media, and so they're trying to ask around and they're trying to figure out about your family. or they are your family. We have warning you of a problem either now or in the future. Pointing fingers. I'm getting that someone may have tried to blame you for something that you didn't do. Again, that's that dragging your name through the mud, shaming. We have 4-leaf clover. Great good fortune. So Spirit's got your back here. You are about to receive a gift, and it might be in the form of a new job or career. And we also have, you'll be shown the way with this candle card. So you don't need to worry about whatever this is. I am very much hearing that these people are going to have their own ish to deal with, and that doesn't include you. So Spirit's like distracting them from you so that they've got their own stuff to deal with, and so do you. So there's no need to worry about whatever this is. All you need to focus on is your own goals, your own things that you're dealing with in your life, and not to engage in the fight that they may still try to instigate. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. I'm going to get you an angel number to close this reading out. And your angel number today is 444, which is fearless. Change, strength, and love. I love that because we have love and strength on the table also. Your angels are now surrounding you, reassuring you of their love and assistance. Don't worry because the angels are by your side to help. So yeah, if any of you thought for any reason that something wasn't going to go your way, don't you fret. Your angels got your back. They're showing you the way. You just don't need to engage with these people anymore, and it will resolve itself. All right? So, collective, this has been your reading. I want to thank you all so very much for joining me and Kitty in this reading. She is right over there. I can just see her tail. You probably heard her throughout the reading. Like I said, she's been very, very vocal today, and this might be how they're trying to get your attention, you know? Just out of nowhere, being very vocal, trying to lure you into their antics. So, you know better. You know what to do, all right? So, I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. Take care, everyone, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.